Hey there, today we are doing a viewer request. This is requested by Marina. I finally got around to checking your video out. Sorry it's taken as long as it has. You've asked me to check out Iwan Fals and Puing version 2. You've asked for this a few times and I do apologize it's taken me as long as it has, but I'm here and I'm ready to do that now. So before we get started, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, because you know it's time for Musician Reacts. Okay, so I have done Iwan Fals a couple of times before. Haven't done anything for a little while, so I am looking forward to checking it out today. I'm not quite as loud as I normally am on the video, a bit more subdued in my voice. It's just because it's early mornings here and other people in the household are still asleep. But yeah, we're going to get straight into this. No pausing, no talking. So hope you enjoy the video. Let's get straight into this. Count it in. Should have got myself ready there. 3, 2, 1, go.
Perang lagi semakin menjadi berita ini hari, berita jerit pengungsi. Lidah anjing kerempeng berdecak keras beringas, melihat tulang belulang serdadu boneka yang malang. Tuan, tolonglah Tuan, perang dihentikan. Lihatlah di tanah yang basah, air mata bercampur darah. Bosankah telinga Tuan mendengar teriak dendam? Jemukah hidung Tuan mencium amis jantung korban? Jejak kaki para pengungsi bercengkrama dengan derita. Jejak kaki para pengungsi bercerita pada penguasa. Bercerita pada penguasa tentang ternaknya yang mati, tentang temannya yang mati, tentang adiknya yang mati, tentang abangnya yang mati, tentang ayahnya yang mati, tentang anaknya yang mati, tentang pacarnya yang mati, tentang ibunya yang mati. Bila setiap negara berlomba dekap senjata dengan nafsu yang makin menggila, nuklir bagai dewa. Tampaknya sang jenderal bangga, di mimbar dia berkata, untuk perdamaian, demi perdamaian, guna perdamaian, dalih perdamaian. Mana mungkin semua bisa terwujudkan, semua hanya alasan, semua hanya bohong besar.
Okay, there we go. Iwan Fals and Puing 2 or Versi 2. I really liked it. It was good. Firstly, I think the sound quality on this recording is better than any of the other Iwan Fals songs I've so far heard. They've always been pretty ropey sounding, pretty rough recordings. This was a much better recording, so that does help. Usually they're a little bit more eclectic. This was a bit more kind of straightforward rock elements to it, so it's probably more up my street from that point of view, and very nicely put together. Great little guitar leads in there, lots of great little dynamics. I liked those. For an anti-war song, obviously it's clearly an anti-war song. From a lyrical point of view, it's very clear what he's talking about. So in some cases when you talk about anti-war songs, people try to be a bit cryptic, a bit sort of grandiose. This one's a lot more on the point. It's a little bit more kind of just telling it exactly how it is, and I like that because it just gets straight to the point. It's much more accessible. Now, obviously, this is based on Google Translate, the lyrics, so I'll put them up during the video, but we'll just break it down and just see if there's any kind of really cool, well, not cool, but any kind of nice use of language, I guess. So war again, more and more, today's news, refugee scream news. So yeah, and there is always, although in more recent years, especially in the Western, I guess in the Western news, there's less talk of war, because it's always about COVID in the last few years. But yeah, I think the last big kind of thing that was covered over here in the United Kingdom would have been Syrian conflict. Oh no, we had Afghan, obviously the people leaving Afghan, the American soldiers, etc. That was probably the last thing that was kind of covered. But as far as Syrian war was probably the last thing that was kind of covered. There's a couple of lyrics here. Skinny dog tongue clucking violently, seeing the bones, poor puppet soldier. I'm not really sure if that's an actual translation or not, but skinny dog tongue, I guess, clucking violently, seeing the bones. So this is the dead bodies in the street. Skinny dog tongue is basically a malnutrition dog. I would guess poor puppet soldier is obviously the soldier of. Now this could be two different things: poor as in you poor boy, or poor as in it's the poor that gets sent to war. And then obviously the puppet soldier is basically you're being controlled by your master. And then, sir, please, sir, war is stopped. Look at the ground is wet. Tears mixed with blood. And that's pretty much as straightforward a lyric as you can expect. And yeah, it's true. Why? Don't get me started on war. I'm a complete anti-war person. There is no justification for it. If anyone has seen my Lady of Heaven trailer reaction will know my viewpoints on that. Let's have a look. There was one line in here which I thought was a real interesting one. I think it was interesting in where he goes, the refugee footprints tell the ruler, talking to the ruler, and then talks about his dead cattle, his dead friend, his dead sister, his dead brother, his dead father, his dead son, his dead grandmother, his dead girlfriend. Basically, everything in his life gone. What's kind of worrying about is it tells this ruler telling him about his dead girlfriend, and it talks about his dead wife. He had a girlfriend and a wife in this, apparently, unless it's talking about multiple different refugees telling this ruler about all these dead people. I'm guessing that could be it. And then again about his dead hope, and then lyric line here: war again, can it stop when every country races for arms? And it's interesting, I watched a video about submarines and how many countries have submarines, and you just looked at it and go, it's insane. I mean, I think the United Kingdom, we have like 8, I think, but China's got like 176 or something stupid. Like it's an insane amount of. I mean, the Americans and the Chinese seem to have a very similar number of nuclear submarines, from what I can tell. But why? Just the amount of money these things cost, and what is it? The only use for the submarine, unless they're exploration submarines, but they're not, is for war. You spent just craziness. And then I like this line I liked, as far as getting to the point, was what with a crazier lust nuclear was created. It seems that the general is proud on the pulpit, he said. And then it's for peace, for the sake of peace. We use it for peace in the pretext of peace. Yeah, nuclear weapons are not there for peace. They have one use, and it's not about being defensive. It's we had this big thing, I think, in the 80s and early 90s about nuclear disarmament around the world, and that doesn't. I don't really think we've kind of moved on from it, but I don't really remember if that ever happened. Except for several countries trying to stop other countries from getting nuclear weapons or nuclear power, but keeping it for themselves. It's yeah. Crazy. Good song request, though. So thank you, Marina. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to check this one out. Now, if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like and share. Put your comments down in the comments down below. I always greatly appreciate feedback. Sorry, I'm not one of these big reactors that likes to jump around and go over the top. But I like to just break it down exactly how I would. I'm sure how a lot of people do when they listen to music, is just listen to music and have a think about what it was trying to come across with. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman, then be Batman. Take care.